Hello, my name's John. I have here a cup of organic fair trade Guatemala dark roast, topped off with some organic half and half produced locally from free range happy cows. Yes, welcome to Oregon. Let's write some code. Hey, how's it going? John here. Hope you're well. In this video, I'm going to write a simple data access class to consume the stored procedure and database that I developed in previous videos. So I will have a link in the description where you can just download this stuff if you want. And then also there will be a link if you want to watch those videos and do it yourself along at home. Okay, so just real quick, here is what the database looks like. The stored procedure. You can see it's just basically a selection that allows you to search in this table here of names. You see it's just a simple table of names. We can search by last name, first name, middle initial, social security number, date of birth, or any of those. And so I'm going to be writing a data access class in C# to consume this stored procedure. Okay, so we're going to create a new project. Project is going to be a class library. And I'm going to call it data access. Alright, I'm going to delete the default class. And you don't have to do this, but this is the way I like to kind of organize stuff. So I'm going to call this one models. And I'm going to create another folder called services. Okay. Now under here, I'm going to create a new class and call this name. Okay, and this is going to have probably just the same fields that are, the same fields in the database. Okay, so there's the class to hold a single name record. So I'm going to add another class called name results. And this class is going to represent the results coming back from the data access class. So we're going to have a public string called status. We're going to have a public constant. Okay, and now we're going to have a list of names. Okay, and so our class is going to return one of these. So now over here, I'm going to add another class under services. I'm going to call this one repository. And this class is going to have a private string. And it's also going to have a private constant. For the stored procedure. And public constructor that accepts a connection string. And now I can hit 3 slashes and get a nice little header there. I like to do that. Okay, and then public names. Right click. Oh, name results. Yeah, resolve. Yes. Okay, and this is going to accept the same parameters as the stored procedure, and these are all optional, so I'm going to set them all to null. Okay, we're going to put the whole thing in a try-catch block. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to declare a variable that we're going to return, and this is going to be a list of names. Oops, equals new list. Okay. Now if we make it through, we're going to return oops, my bad. We want this constant over here in the repository. Okay, so if everything goes well, we're going to return status OK and our names. And if something goes wrong, we're going to return the exception message. All right. So now up here, we're going to do our dirty work here. Okay, so and this guy's going to want a connection string. Now, as far as whenever you're using, well, certainly a connection object, a command object, whatever, you want to wrap it in a using statement, and one way you can tell that is if we go to the definition, we're going to see it implements DB connection, follow down the tree. Eventually we see that it implements iDisposable, and anything that implements iDisposable you want to wrap in a using statement, and that'll ensure that all the resources are closed when you're done with that. Okay, and so the same with the command object as well. And the command object wants us the sproc and the connection. And let's see, and I must better open the connection or people are gonna, heads will roll. Okay, and then now I need to add the parameters, but I'm just kind of doing the basic skeleton here, and then while reader read, we're going to add names, and then the date of birth. All right, and so now we got to be careful, because if this is null coming from the database, if we just set it, it's not going to cast very well. So we got to check to see if it's DB null. Okay, and oh, let's see, I need to fix this up here. That needs to be a nullable also. Okay, ready to add the parameters, so we're going to do that right here. There we go. There's a basic class. So let's write I'm going to write just a simple command console app to test it. Okay. Oh wait, one more thing here. I got to tell the command object what kind of command type I'm using. stored procedure. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and say add new project. It's going to be a console app, and we're going to call it test data access. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to add an app config file. And I'm going to put the connection string in here. And then over here I'm going to add a reference to system configuration. And I'm going to say there, connection string. Resolve. Connection strings. And we're also going to have a, we're just going to look up by last name just to test this guy out. Okay. Alright, and then we need a repository. We're just going to do a simple loop here. So allow the user to enter something from the keyboard, a last name, and if they can stop by just entering null. Alright, we need to set this startup project as the, or set this as the startup project, and okay, and then let's just put some dashes or something here. Okay, let's run it and see what happens. Okay, how about Smith? Okay, so there we go. And in the next video, I'll do maybe a more interesting UI than this one. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.